Hey Lumari, just giving you an email back with a video, just showing you how to use Microsoft Excel. I do want to preface this by saying if you're using an iPad or a phone or not a traditional laptop, it is very difficult to um, use Excel unless you have a traditional laptop. Sometimes even MacBook computers, the software for Excel tends to look a little bit different. So one thing I always recommend if you're able to get on campus to just use the Windows computer, that might be a little bit better and quicker in some cases, so that you can follow the directions more step by step. However, there is a fix if you do have a Mac. You just have to kind of look up specific, ways to create your graphs in using a MacBook. Okay. So I have the 7C preview here, and I'm just going to walk through the steps, and hopefully that helps you out a little bit with finding what you need to find. And then obviously, if you need more help, just let me know. So the first step, it says to open up the spreadsheet, which I have here, and to select the row for the education budget. So that would be this row that's listed here. To highlight the row, I kind of highlight on 6. I believe you said you got all the way to the point of step 4. So again, I just want to make sure we get there. I'm going to go ahead and press the charts function. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and as it's highlighted, go to insert, charts, and I'm going to go to recommended charts to see if line graph shows up. It does. So I see that listed. Okay, so now that I have my chart, I can go ahead and start to work with it in step 3. So in step 3, on the graph, we're going to put labels on add chart elements and scroll down to axis titles, making sure that we include primary horizontal and primary vertical. All right, so if I highlight actually in my Excel, I can actually press the add button. If not, you can always go to the top left here where it says add chart element, and we want to do axis titles for primary and axis titles for vertical. And on the x-axis, I believe this one we're measuring years after 1940. And I believe this one was millions of dollars. And this was a function for the budget that was spent. So I'll just say millions of dollars spent. Okay. And again, from student to student, you might have slightly different names for your axes. Okay. Last step here, or second to last step, I guess I should say. Last step, we want to adjust the scale by choosing Format Axis, clicking on the tab called Labels, and choose Specific Interval. Okay. So again, I'm going to go back to the chart elements, data, labels. See, now I'm having trouble finding it. Okay, give me 1 second here. It doesn't show up as easily as I'd want. Okay, here's what I do. I actually right-click on the data for the axis. So see how I want to update that. The data here, if I right-click on it and I hit Format Axis, that's how I was able to get in there much quicker. Because, to be honest, I also had trouble following the same steps, even with the version that I had. So again, we format the axis. We're going to click on Labels and choose specify the interval from 10 to 100. Labels, specify the interval starting at 10. Okay. And then we now have it starting at 1 year after 1940 and going up by 10 each time on that axis. Okay. And then from there, I now have my picture and I'm good to go. So that's a rundown of how to do that. Now I will say if you don't have access to sorry, that's my dog barking. Sorry about that. I will say if you have access to, if you don't have access to Excel at home and instead of going in person, you can really kind of use what I just did here as far as what you need to take a screenshot of to upload. The focus of the preview really, obviously you want to build your Excel skills, but if you're having trouble with your current version, it seems like you did most of the work except for the axes part. You can just use this if you need to. Okay. So with that, let me know if you need any help and have a great day.